Hey guys, welcome to episode 19 of the Go-to-game show. This is where Jack and I get to catch up every week. It's basically an excuse for us to put an hour aside and catch up and chat in person because we don't get to see each other in person anymore. And every single week we are joined by another guest to talk about everything that's going on in the world of gaming. And this week we're joined by the one and only Liessshy. How's it going?
Hello. How are you guys?
Not
Doing
bad, not
good.
bad.
Doing very
That's
good.
good.
Hot,
Yay.
but good.
So normally we'd jump into talking about what we've been up to in the week, and I'll ask what we've been up to in the week. If you've watched other episodes, you know how this works. But I want to start things off slightly different this week and wish Jack Hutto a happy birthday for this week.
Hey,
Happy birthday, Jack.
I forgot.
Woo!
Birthday's already over. I literally forgot about it already.
We're recording this on Wednesday, so it was your birthday yesterday. You took the day off. What'd you get up to?
I just streamed.
Yeah?
I just said to myself, I was like, I just want to play video games on my birthday. Like, just wanted to play GTA. Yeah, that was all I wanted to do. So I spoke to the wife and the kids. The kids were home and they were just playing. I just had the door open to the shed and they were in and out all day and in and out of the house. And yeah, I just streamed for like 14 hours. So
wow,
that was kind of all I did. Just play games all day. And we had pizza for dinner. At least he made me a cake, which was cool.
Oh, nice.
And that was it. Yeah, we were just hanging out. So it was actually like a really, really chill day, really fun day. So.
Well, it's my son's birthday tomorrow, so I'm in charge of baking the cake for that. So we'll see how that goes.
Hell yeah! At least he made me a frozen cake, which is the best.
Oh, I
love Frozen. So.
Well, you used to have
the movie.
Didn't you used to have a tradition with your cakes?
Yeah. Well, it's an ice cream cake, which was the one. But she made me a Frozen themed cake, like the Frozen children's movie.
Frozen.
Oh
wow!
Yeah. Okay. Let it go, Frozen.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, 100%. Yep. Like an actual frozen cake. So not freezing cold wise. But just like a vanilla sponge
cake. Time you've broken the streak of the Freddos?
Yeah, but since I was like a kid, yeah. But I feel like it's too hot anyway. Like yesterday it was still hot, and I was like, I'm not dealing with that shit. But I don't know. We always like eat part of it, and then it just sits in the freezer. And just goes off anyway. It just goes all weird. So we're just like...
That would never happen in our house, bro. I'm an ice cream fiend. Like, every time we've ever got one of those cakes, like, we do the whole cutting it up and giving it out to people. And then I pretty much eat the rest of whoever's birthday cake it is over the next 2 days.
Yeah, true. We were going to, and then Elise's like, I'll make you a cake. And I was like, all right. And Atlas really wanted to help make the cake as well. So I was like, all right. You know, that's a fair reason to miss the tradition is have, my daughter help make the cake. So I was like, that's all right.
It's actually funny. Like, that's one of the things I love about like my wife's birthday and things like that, especially when my kids were younger, was getting them involved. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Now they're bloody teenagers, and it's like, oh, do you want to help make a cake? No. What do you want to do for your mum's birthday? I don't know.
I can imagine, but yeah, that was it. Didn't really do too much, but it was a good day. It was a very good day.
Oh, awesome.
That's good.
Anything else you've been up to this week?
Nothing really. Just work. And then the weekend didn't really do much. Went forward driving on the weekend, which was cool. Just in the new car and like with partner's parents. So that was it. And then just GTA as usual. It's been one of those weeks. The last few weeks I've been stepping out a little bit and playing, Watch Dogs and Phasmophobia, but this last week it's just been GTA. Yeah. That's it. So that's me this week.
That's
anyway.
Cool. Well, I have gaming wise. I didn't realize that Five Nights at Freddy's was now on Game Pass on PC.
Oh right, okay.
So, and I'd never played these games. I've talked about it before. I love horror games and stuff. And even though this doesn't fit into what I would normally call a horror game, because it's basically just a jump scare game, and there's not really horror. Yeah. But my son wanted me to play with him. He was like, Dad, we should stream together and play it. And I was like, we'll do it. And we tried to play it, and for some reason, and Xbox needs to do something about this, the amount of issues I have had, either on console in the last week or PC with getting Game Pass stuff to work. It's just been, and I don't know whether it's because they're changing things over or what with the Series X launch or what, but I've had so many issues with Game Pass, and I love Game Pass. I think it's an amazing service. So,
That
Yeah.
sucks.
but the other thing this week in the last 7 days, Jack and I were both involved in this work-wise, but it was just amazing personally as well. Was we have been working on the playable campaign for the Cerebral Palsy Alliance, but on Thursday we held the big esports clash, which was awesome, where we had 4 Twitch streamers paired up with a pro player and a Cerebral Palsy Alliance client, and they were all having this esports tournament to raise funds for the Cerebral Palsy Alliance, and it was really cool.
That's
It
amazing.
was. It was
It
actually
was a
really
lot of
awesome to
fun.
watch. It was very,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
forgot
what was
about that.
amazing was it's a couple of the Cerebral Palsy Alliance clients came in having never played Rocket League, and they ended up being able to like play right up there with the at the level of these pro players. So
Mm.
it
Yep.
was amazing. They showed me how to play the game. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was
And
cool because you could see their names, and I knew the names that I didn't know, and they were
Yeah.
the cerebral palsy clients. And then a few of them were scoring goals and stuff, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, and then even a few of the content creators we had on there were scoring goals as well too, and I was like, oh my god! Like,
Yeah,
obviously the pro players, they were doing like these cool tricks and flips and stuff, but
yeah.
they still like couldn't stop everybody. It was really cool.
Well,
I
actually,
really
saw
didn't
Snacky and
want it
Maid
to be
Mama were actually
dominated, but
scoring goals left, right, and centre too.
I know. Isn't that,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It was
Yeah.
really, really cool.
But yeah, if anyone's interested in joining, we're still running this campaign as well. You can hit up either Jack or myself, or if you just go to Tiltify and look up Cerebral Palsy Alliance, you can sign up to join the fundraiser. We're trying to get them to 35k. Currently, we're at just under 14k, I think, at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're like 20k away-ish. So if anybody can jump on, give us some time, and raise money for a good cause. What about you, Liessshy? What have you been up to in the last week?
Oh, well, I've just moved houses, so I am still currently setting up my office, but we've got a big amount of progress done as of today, which is exciting.
Yeah.
So it's been taking up a lot of my time, but it's been worth it because my whole stream setup is coming back. So I'll be able to come back on stream soon, which I cannot wait for.
Nice.
I've missed it so much.
How long have you been away?
I've been away. Well, I was streaming inconsistently earlier this year. So back when COVID started happening, I had to move back to my parents' house, and I thought I'd be able to make it happen there, but the internet just sucked. It just wasn't working out. So I decided to just stop because I couldn't keep saying to people like, I'm coming to stream, and then have it end up failing. So I wanted to wait until I moved back out, and now we're finally here, and I've got all the space I need. I've got good internet, so I can be back consistently, which is really great. So it has been like a few months, and I've really missed it. But other than that, I've just been working as well, getting hyped up for next gen consoles at work, and then jumping on Call of Duty when I get a chance, just for a quick fix of gaming because I don't have much time to really jump into the story.
The thing this week is we've got next gen plus the new Call of Duty this week.
I know. I'm so excited. I've got so many like new games to play, but I just jump back to Call of Duty all the time because it's just so easy for me to jump on and have some fun. So, but I'm very, very excited to jump into Spider-Man tomorrow. So it's going to be amazing. That's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the week.
Well, it's actually it's funny. We were just talking about birthdays and stuff. It's my son's birthday tomorrow, and I found it hilarious because I asked him a couple of weeks ago. I go, son, what do you want for your birthday? Let us know and we'll sort you out. Because he's at that age where it's like you don't really try and surprise him unless you've got something super cool or whatever. But he's a spoiled little shit as it is. My kids they have everything they could want. And I was pleasantly surprised. He didn't ask for an Xbox. He didn't ask for a PlayStation, which if I was him, I would have asked for. If it was my birthday, I would have said.
Yeah, I would have too.
But he was just like, oh, can you give me the new Call of Duty?
Easy.
Yeah, done. Pre-order.
Nice.
Done.
That's an easy one.
Oh,
That's
totally
pretty cool too. It's pretty cool. I played a lot of the beta, and it seems very
Yeah.
fun. I don't know whether I'll like put time into it outside of the beta, but they're always good games to have, as you said. Like even just like 20 minutes, half an hour, just have a quick couple of games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. As long as you can
I think
find
it's
a
been
match.
fun.
And from what I've heard,
Which Call of Duty you've been playing at the moment? You've been playing like Warzone, or have you been just playing like the multiplayer?
I play multiplayer more. Warzone,
Yep.
like I binged when it came out, but then I just kind of played too much and got over it. And I think like with Battle Royale, I jump in really hardcore for a little bit and then I get sick of it.
Yeah.
So no matter what it is. So I just play multiplayer all the time and I enjoy that so much more. And yeah, I get to play with my partner, play with friends. It's just such a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first Call of Duty, and I think I said this last week, but it's the first Call of Duty in ages where I've seen lots of positive hype around it in the build-up. Like people that have played the beta have said it's good, and people are actually genuinely looking forward to this one coming out. Whereas I'd say, honestly, for the last 5 years, whenever a new Call of Duty's come out, there's been a lot of negative sentiment before the games come out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Or there's been hype and then just disappointment when they get it.
Yeah. Especially if you're into the campaign mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I do play, but it just, it's 8 hours and then you're done with it. So I just jump straight into multiplayer from the get-go, and it's something I always jump back to.
Yeah.
I just can't help but love it. I have an addiction. It's a problem.
Well, while we're talking about you and your addictions, let's find out a bit more about Liessshy.
Yes. Well, I am a content creator from Melbourne. So I do a lot of stuff in the gaming and tech space online. I have streamed, but I'm mostly over on Instagram. So I started on there about 4 years ago now. And I just said to my partner, like, should I just start posting photos of my stuff? Because I liked buying like geeky stuff, collectibles, all those sorts of things. And he's like, yeah, why not? You got nothing to lose. And then the first thing that happened was like I made this pot plant out of a Crash Bandicoot Nitro mug from Numbskull. I put a plant in it and everything. And then Numbskull shared the photo. And that was literally like a couple of days into me starting this journey. And I was like, oh, well, maybe like.
I think we were promoting those, weren't we, Jack?
Don't remember.
Crash Bandicoot stuff that came out about 2 years ago.
Yeah, when
Actually,
I
thought you meant like a pot plant. I was like, wait, what?
No, the Crash Bandicoot.
Just like the general mugs and stuff. Yeah.
I just had this idea to turn it into a plan, and then it got recognition. I'm like, okay, well, that's motivation for me. Let's just keep going and see where this can go. And what started out as a hobby is now turning into a little career, and it's exciting. So I like to, talk about the latest games, review the latest tech, or talk about the latest tech. And for me, it's my passion. So it's easy to talk about and easy to make content on it because it's like stuff I love and what I believe in. So it's all genuine, and I've come this far, and I'm excited to see where it takes me next.
Yeah. So if you started on Instagram, what was that transition like for you going from Instagram to the other platforms?
It wasn't too bad, but with YouTube, it was probably more trying to gain the confidence to talk on camera. So at first I was like so nervous because I had never really had much experience in front of the camera before.
Yeah.
And Instagram's easy, just take a photo, and it's easy to edit a photo or make it look different, if you want to try and hide your imperfections. But when you're on camera, it's there for everyone to see. So it took a while to kind of gain that confidence, and now I'm just like, yep, shove me in front of a camera, I don't care, I'll do whatever I have to do. Like it just comes so easily now. And I did a video, I think it was 2018 or 17, probably 17, in December, where I talked about like my gaming favorites of the year, and that was like my first proper video that I did for YouTube. And then I really inconsistently made videos over like the next 12 months because I was still really not confident in myself. So after that next 12 months, I'm like, no, I really want to do this. Like I came out of my shell more, I started practicing more. Everything I do, I'm self-taught. So even like my editing, stuff like that, that was another thing I had to overcome. And once I started doing it more, I'm like, okay, I can find a rhythm now. I really enjoy this. Let's actually put more of an effort in.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish like I didn't waste those first 12 months, but I learned a lot about myself during that period to get to where I am now, to have the confidence that I do and all the knowledge I have behind me. So it was kind of like an important learning curve for me to make that transition into videography. And then when I jumped on Twitch, like the only thing I ever worried about was doing the tech side of things, like, with the OBS and setting everything up from the digital perspective.
Mm.
Talking to stream was fine, but it was making sure that all my settings were accurate. So that's another hurdle I still need to overcome. But
Yeah.
other than that, like transitioning to other other platforms is pretty easy for me now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, just looking at your YouTube now, like your last year has been really consistent with uploads.
Yeah,
And
I really wanted to push myself a lot more. Like I want to get, even though I've got a small channel, I want to get to at least 3,000 subscribers before the year's up, and
and look,
I'm
it looks
getting
like
there.
you're well on the way to getting there. Like you're sitting at
Yeah,
2.85 at the moment. Like
yeah. I'll
I,
get there. I know
I
I
would
will.
say
I just got to be consistent.
you need to set that goal higher because
I know.
you're gonna smash that 3K so easily.
I know. I'm having a lot of success lately with like my Pixel videos. So when I did my unboxing on the Google Pixel 5, like that hit 11,000
Yeah.
views in like a week. I was like, oh wow, that's like amazing. And in the past, I think the highest video I've had was 20K.
Yeah.
So I know that with effort and consistency, like my numbers will get higher.
Yeah.
It's just trying to find the time to do it as well. When you work an in real life job
Totally.
is difficult.
I tell you what, there's something I've said to people before, and I don't know why no one's picked it up yet, but you've got an opportunity here. Like this is me giving free advice to the world. You've done the unboxing, you've done the review, but
Yeah.
nobody ever really seems to do like the 3 months later reviews of how was
Yeah.
it actually after 3 months of using it. That's when you pick up the issues or you pick up
Yep.
things that you never thought were going to be cool and things like that. So
Exactly.
that'd be
Yeah.
cool
Which
to do
is
that.
definitely
I
what I'm
personally
thinking
would
of
like to
doing
see
with the
that on Twitch.
phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. The Pixel 5, I'm definitely going to do it. That whole saga of the unboxing and then the review has brought me a lot of new traffic. And I
Yeah.
keep getting messages on Instagram like, how are you finding the phone? Like, when's your next video? So I know people are interested in that. So it's a really good segue into, keeping that consistency going. But
Just
yeah,
need to
like I
all capitals. My true thoughts on Pixel 5.
Yeah.
that's
Done.
it. And
Yeah.
all my opinions are literally my own. Like I wanted
Mm.
to make sure I used the phone a little bit before I reviewed it. Same with the Pixel 4a. Pretty sure I
Yeah.
did a review. Yeah, I did do a review on that.
Yeah.
So that whole 3 months later thing, or a certain period of time later, is definitely needed no matter what you're reviewing. Some of the products I review, I have to send back, so it's
Yeah.
hard
I can.
to
Yeah.
like do that after a while unless I possibly request it again if they can send it across again. But if I had the product, like it's definitely something worth doing.
I used to, back when I used to do reviews back in the day, phones and laptops were always the hardest for me because you'd be able to keep it for like a month and
Yeah,
you'd become, if it was good, you'd actually genuinely get attached to the device.
exactly.
Yeah,
And
and
then
you
you
wait
want to
for
give it away.
The PR guy or girl to get in touch with you and say, hey, can you send that thing back? And you're like, do I have to?
Do I have to? Yeah. Absolutely. Like I've got another laptop review coming, which is right next to me now. I'm currently running a battery test on it with a timer. So like they're the ones I have to send away. Thankfully, when I get my phones from Google, I get to keep them. It's all
Yeah.
gifted stuff. So I can
cool.
work on more videos for that. But it's hard with the laptop ones because they never want you to keep them.
No,
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so what's next for Liessshy then?
Well, next is definitely like getting back into stream. That's my biggest goal because it is something I have really truly missed. But we've also secured a new sponsorship this year. I'm now sponsored by JBL Quantum, so which is really
Yeah.
exciting. And that's another reason why I want to get back on stream as well, so I can really like show people the products and give them like a live view of it rather than just my YouTube videos and Instagram photos. But YouTube is also like still on my list. That's what I want to do. That's my platform I really want to grow on because,
Yeah.
Instagram's amazing, but there's just so much, it's always just stagnant. It doesn't move anymore, especially in Australia. Like your posts don't reach far and
Yeah.
it gets really hard to grow on there. So I'm hoping
Something
I
I've
can.
heard from other people that use
Yeah.
Instagram quite heavily or have built their career from Instagram is they find that they personally don't feel like they're putting enough value out there with Instagram because it's usually just a post with a copy and you're not
Exactly.
really giving a hell of a lot with it.
Yep. Yep.
So I do know a lot of people that have done the transition to YouTube from Instagram for that reason, is because they want to put more thoughts out there and they feel like they're being more genuine by putting it on YouTube and things like that.
Exactly. You can just go into so much more detail. People can see your live reaction, your facial
Yeah.
expressions. Like, it's more personal.
And I think a lot
And
of people also have a lot of doubt around the genuineness of Instagram at times
yeah,
because there's
because
still a
it's
lot of people out there making it hard for the genuine people who will just
exactly.
give me $1,000, I'll post about that and
Yep,
never touch it again. Right?
that's it. It's just total rip-offs and sellouts, and that drives me insane because I'll
But
never promote a product I don't believe in.
Yeah.
and this is something that Jack and I and GoToGame in general, we only give product to people that genuinely love the product or are
Yeah.
genuinely interested in the product. Like it might be a
Yeah.
new product or a new brand, but something that person will use. I can't think of a single time we've sent somebody something and it's been purely a financial situation.
Nah,
Yeah.
never.
Well, that's a
Even
good thing.
even
You've
like
got a
when
good
we've
rapport.
helped out publishers, like with getting game copies to people and stuff like that, it was always people that like genuinely liked the game and the publisher
Yeah.
and wanted to play the game,
Yeah.
and give like
Mhm.
their actual thoughts and an appreciation for the game as well. So
Yeah.
I think that'd probably definitely be a reason why people they follow people on Instagram because they've got this cool lifestyle, and you go, yeah, that's cool, I like that. Or
Mhm.
a lot of the stuff I follow is just people with car builds and people with
Yeah.
and people that are like sports, into action sports and stuff. So I can
Yeah.
see when they're riding new trails or surfing new spots and
Yeah.
pulling big barrels and waves and stuff like that. So it's like it's all sort of real life stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I follow some tech stuff, like kind of like sort of the similar stuff that you do, Liessshy, as well, like product stuff, product reviews, but people that
Yeah.
I know actually use them properly and like
Yes.
genuinely like the product and will give me a true review on it as well. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like it's very
Absolutely.
easy to see though. But
It
then
is.
again, like how do you know
Yeah.
these
Right.
days
Yeah.
especially with
Well,
Instagram? YouTube is a bit harder because there's a lot more effort that goes into it. So
Yeah.
the people
yeah,
that are gonna
for
do
sure.
it, like they have to like it because they
Yes.
gotta spend hours and hours doing it,
Yeah.
It takes
Yeah,
a
I
long
get a
time.
bit disappointed sometimes with YouTubers though. Like I've followed some of the big tech YouTubers. Like I follow like MKBHD and
Mhm.
Unbox Therapy and that. But the other
Yeah.
one I've been following for ages, and he's been a trusted person in my opinion, has been Austin Evans.
Yeah.
Mm,
But in
yeah.
the last 6 months, I'm not trusting his opinion on gaming.
Right. Okay.
And it's because he's being paid so much money by Microsoft, and
Yeah.
it's starting to come across.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Because he was the first person to get that go look at the Xbox, wasn't he?
yeah, he was the
One
first
of
to
the
be
first.
hands-on with the Xbox, the first to
Yeah.
show it off and all this sort of thing. And um, in the last 6 months, he's been very heavily positive about the Xbox and been very negative about the PlayStation. And I think most of us
Ah.
genuinely in games who have been around these games for a long time, we respect usually both machines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay to have your favorite, but you definitely respect both. Like they're gonna, do the same thing at the end of the day. Play your
Oh yeah,
games that you
right.
love. Yeah.
Unless you're being paid millions and millions of dollars, I guess.
Money
I think
talks.
it's always a
Yeah.
line that I think
True.
you walk as a content creator,
Yeah. Very
Hmm.
true.
especially when people are you're expecting people to trust your opinion on things.
Hmm. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
that'd be a good panel. Good panel of packs or something.
Oh, we should do this.
Talking about that. I don't know.
There
I
you
don't
go.
know if people are, I don't know
I
people
like
that
the
feel
idea.
comfortable about talking about it, but I feel like these days people are pretty comfortable and open with talking about being paid for certain things and
They're
whether or
definitely
not
more open
they
now than they were when I
genuinely
first
liked it
started
or
doing
not.
this.
Yeah, very true.
When
Mm.
I first started working on this side of the business, people were very hesitant to disclose that they were being paid to promote a game.
Mm.
Whereas
Yeah.
now, and this is something that we've always done is say, we want people to be transparent that we've given them some money to play a particular game.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, for sure.
But a lot of people were
And it's
hesitant.
becoming law in other countries too.
Yeah.
Well, it's becoming law in a lot of countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well, yeah, like having to disclose it.
yeah, like Australia, it still isn't law. It's just a guideline. Uh,
Yeah.
but in New Zealand, they've just made it a law, and their laws
Yeah,
are
right.
really strict. It's a really strict one in New Zealand where even if they're gifted something for free with no intention of it being a promotion, they still have to say that it was. They still have to hashtag ad and say that it was gifted.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
True. Very true. Yeah, I've done some stuff recently, and even when it's like just you've been sent out, they sort of want you to just put like hashtag partner or something
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
as well. Like even just something slight, just the tiniest hashtag,
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
to say like, look, this is being given to me. Just
Yeah.
so everyone, it's just easier, I guess.
Yeah. See, but now in New
Everyone
Zealand, you can't
knows.
do that. It has
Right.
to be hashtag ad.
Oh, right. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Paid
so
or
you can't
not.
even insinuate that, like, and we've done it in the past with some clients where
Yeah.
with like for Intel back in the day, we had Intel guest or Intel partner at events,
Yeah. Yeah.
which
Now
I
it's
think
hashtag ad.
it's a very strong insinuation that that person's being paid or being looked after to be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, now in New Zealand, you have to have hashtag ad.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Very fair.
I think it's fair though. Fair
Mm.
enough. Like,
Yeah,
it's just literally switching a word if you're putting hashtags and stuff in anyway. And
Exactly.
everybody's always about, kind of true transparency these days anyway with everything. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Most
feel
people
like
are
it's
more
fair
accepting
enough.
of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like most people will be fine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
a lot of things are changing, but I guess it's changing for the better.
Totally.
Transparency
Yeah.
is always good. I wanted to know more about Team Pixel. Oh, is that what it's called? What's going
Yeah.
on
Team
there?
Pixel.
You're always posting
Well,
about your bloody new phones, mate. Always getting me. I'm still rocking me Pixel 3. It's doing good.
I've got a cupboard full of them if you want one.
Send me up a new one. Hook me up.
Well, I can't even tell you how this happened because it was literally when the Pixel 4 was releasing, I got
Mm.
an email. I'd never spoken to anyone from Google before. And I got an email saying, "Hey, we want to fly you up to Sydney to come to the launch of the Pixel 4." I'm like, holy shit, like I've literally just peaked. This is the best thing ever. Because a week before we were watching, like I love watching Your Average Consumer and I Just Seen on
Oh, they're
YouTube.
awesome.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love them. They're like my two main inspirations. And I said to my partner, I'm like, I want to go to phone events. I want to go to an Apple event. I want
Yeah.
to do this. I want to do that. Like it was my dream at that time because I love technology like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a week later, hey, we want to fly you up to Sydney for the launch of the Pixel 4. I'm like, holy shit, did I just manifest this?
Yeah, you just put
So
that into the universe and it happened.
yeah, and it happened. It literally happened. So I flew up for the day and we had like a launch party. They gifted us the phone, which I assumed I was getting the phone, but I also wasn't sure because they didn't say in the email.
It's always with
Yeah.
your first
Yeah.
event, you're always really hesitant.
Yes,
You have no
exactly.
expectations. They're paying for me to be here.
That's it. Exactly. They flew me up and everything. So it was all like a trip on them. And then they're like, what phone do you want? What size? What color? I'm like, oh my God, like, wow, this is incredible. So we had a lunch and we all sat down at the table. They handed out our phones. They had Google Techs come over and help us switch our phones over because I had an iPhone at that point. And I had no idea how to like make the transition to the Pixel.
Yeah.
And then like ever since then, I've just been a part of it and I absolutely love them. They're like my family. I've met so many beautiful people through the Team Pixel group and we've got Sydney groups and Melbourne groups and then like there's some other worldwide people as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we mainly focus on us in Melbourne and Sydney. And these people have become my best friends. Like they're just everyone has different things that they do. Like some of us are tech reviewers,
Hmm.
some are beauty people, some are lifestyle people. Like they've handpicked who they've chosen to be a part of this ambassadorship. And yeah, like I didn't really expect this to continue. I thought that, I'd go to the launch party, get given the phone, whatever, that was it. But we've been going to events with them. We've been having online workshops with them, photo editing, video editing, having calls with YouTube people to help us boost our YouTube channels. Like they really do all these in-depth detailed seminars for us to help us grow as creators. And like that's the thing I love about them is they're so supportive of what we all do and
Yeah.
they give us all these tips and tricks to help us grow. It's not just about promoting the phones or Google products.
Genuine support.
Exactly.
That's awesome. That's so
It's
cool.
incredible. Yeah, and then the 4A came out, which I received, and then a week later, 2 weeks later, I got the 5, which I've got now, and then they're also like, "Oh, we're sending you the 4A 5G as well." So I've got like
Holy
4
shit.
phones. And it's been so much fun really delving into those phones because I'd never used one before. I wasn't interested in it. And then I swapped to it and I was like, holy shit, this is like the best phone system I have used. 'Cause it's
Were
so
you on Apple beforehand?
I was, yes. And I've
Yeah.
always been Apple.
It's funny because I always tell people that I still refer to people being stuck in Apple,
Yep.
but I always tell people that are stuck in the Apple system that all they have to do is just give Android a try,
Yep.
and they'll see how much better it is.
Exactly. And
I
it is
remember when you jumped
scary, but once you do it, it's amazing.
Yeah. I made
Yeah,
the
I
switch a
remember.
couple of years ago when the first Pixel came out. That's when I
Yeah.
switched from my iPhone, and I've had the original one, the 2,
Mhm.
and now the 3. And then I didn't
Yep.
really see that big of a difference between the 3 and the 4.
Mhm.
And I'm really not liking it at the moment, like being on such a big plan because it's just so expensive. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
if I can just hold out for 2 years,
Mhm.
fully pay my plan off, and then like try and go on like just a real cheap plan with lots of data, then I
Yeah.
can just like have my phone outright. It'll just save me like a lot of
Yeah.
money. So that was
Absolutely.
kind of
Like
like
I'm
my
still paying
plan.
off my iPhone. Yeah.
Yeah, that
The
was like my
contract's so
plan
annoying.
when the Pixel 3 came out. I was like, I'm gonna keep this phone for 2 years. Every year I just
Yeah.
go new phone, new phone, new phone,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
I'm like, I
Especially
don't want to anymore.
one of the things that stunned me when I first moved to Australia was how you guys are still massively in the whole go on a plan to buy a phone thing here.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like
Whereas in
everybody.
New Zealand, everyone goes on, uh, no contract plans and just buys their phones outright.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, it's so much better in the long run.
Yeah,
that's my
because it
plan.
works out way cheaper.
To have no plan.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
they're changed now, like all the no lock-in stuff and the prepaid stuff, or just SIM only things that you can get a lot of data with it now, and
Mm,
they're just so much better than what they used to be.
Yeah.
yep.
So I'm still paying off my iPhone. I don't even use it. My contract's nearly up, so that's okay. I'm gonna go onto a prepaid thing next because I don't need to pay off a phone anymore. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm lucky. um, but yeah, it's definitely a rip-off, especially when they're lease contracts, which is what
God,
my iPhone was.
I
Yeah.
miss free
Yep.
phones, man.
Mm,
There was
I
a
know.
time period there where I used to get like 8. It was I think at one stage I was getting a new phone at least once a month sent to me to review,
That's amazing.
That's
and
crazy.
yeah, and then all of a sudden I switched over to this side of the business, which all of a sudden people aren't interested in sending me free stuff anymore. But so this phone here that I've got now, I'm on an Oppo,
Yeah.
and it's the longest I've ever owned a phone. I bought this 2.5 years ago.
Mm.
I've
Nice.
never
Good
had
life.
a. Oh yeah, it's not a good phone anymore though.
Yeah.
Like
That's where they get
spec-wise,
you.
it's 2.5 years old, and it feels 2.5 years old.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's due for an upgrade, but it's the longest I've ever owned a phone.
Mm. Yeah. Well, I was the same with iPhones. Like after my contract was up, I'd always go for the latest one. But when I swapped over to the Pixel, I was scared of Android, but the Pixels are so user friendly
Yeah,
that the
Yeah.
transition was so easy. And the thing that sold me the most on the phone is the camera. I use the Pixel camera for all
Yes.
my photography on my Instagram. The
yeah,
portrait mode is unreal. It is so accurate. The cutouts and the lines of where the portrait shot is taken, like it's clear. There's not much blur, like in where you don't want it to blur. It's just kind of perfect. So they've really upped it with the Pixel 5 as well. But where they're lacking in the 5 is like the design of the phone doesn't look as premium as what the 4 did.
Yeah.
But I can understand why, because they've changed the shell. They've gone back to a fingerprint scanner as well, which is great because we're all like in Melbourne, we're wearing masks 24/7. So I
Right.
can't unlock my phone with my face.
Yeah.
And the battery life on them are incredible. Like I had a really bad battery life on my 4. I couldn't even get through a whole day without my phone dying. But with the 5, even though I'm on social media all the time, it lasts. It's adaptive battery. So it's learning what apps I'm not using. It's
Mm.
turning them off in the background and it's harvesting that battery power so I can get more life out of it during the day.
I
And
think that's
it's
a
really
feature that they
great.
brought in with Android 10, I think, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
don't really keep up to date much with like the software from
Yeah.
Android per se. Like I'm more interested in the hardware.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that they had to make a difference because the 4s were just crap. And
The
then
3's the
unfortunately
same.
my 4 warped on me and broke. So
Yep.
it literally overheated and bent.
Oh,
Which
wow.
one?
So my 4, the
Really?
Pixel 4,
God
yeah.
damn.
I got a dodgy one. So
Yeah, right.
it
It
was
still
really
happens these
sad.
days, though. No matter what
I know.
company, no matter what brand, it's still
Oh,
gonna
totally.
It's
happen.
gonna happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But yeah, so that's my Pixel journey and it's still going. And I absolutely love Google. Like they're just they're the best. They're such beautiful people and there's so many awesome products that they sell. And because of them, I'm now getting into the smart home stuff, which I never really wanted to get into that. But using a voice assistant now has just become my everyday life.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
I love the Google connected home stuff. We've
Yeah.
got Google Home in almost every room in our house in one
Mhm.
way or another, whether
Yeah.
it's the mini or the display or we've got
Yeah.
the big one. And I just got the Chromecast with Android TV.
Yes,
Yeah.
I want to get one.
Oh, they're so good. And the gaming's not bad on it. I'm actually going to write up
Oh,
an article about it because
yeah.
gaming's not bad on it, and you don't need to go out and buy um, like a Google controller or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like the Xbox One controller works on it.
Sweet.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
so
That's
That's really
handy.
cool.
the
I've had
only
the Google, I've
downside
had
of
the
it is it's
Chromecast, the Google thing for a while.
yeah.
It's so good. I love just sitting on the
Yeah.
couch and just throwing YouTube on the TV.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's even better with the Android TV because you don't need your phone.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
choose a
Well,
remote.
we got a new TV not long ago, like a proper
Mm.
smart TV. So you just Wi-Fi and you just use it anyway now with
Yeah.
Netflix and
Yeah.
YouTube. But it was
Yeah.
before that when we had like an older TV when like it
Mhm.
didn't connect to the internet for some reason. It was supposed to, but it didn't. But then just having the
Chromecast.
Chromecast was sick. It
Yeah.
was so good. It was like a
Yeah.
game changer. Never had it
Oh,
before.
cool.
Always had to plug a laptop into the TV to watch shows.
So
Whereas
Right.
now you can just
annoying.
like click
Yeah.
Netflix and it's awesome.
I
It's so
actually bought
awesome.
one for my mum for that reason because she was always the one that was like, "Oh, I want to watch something on YouTube." So she'd go get her laptop and, "Mum,
Mhm.
I'll buy you a Chromecast. I'll teach you how to use it with your phone."
Yeah,
It's
it's so much
amazing.
easier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tell us about JBL because that's only that's a new thing, right? You got your
It
new
is.
fancy RGB headphones on.
Yes, I do. So I originally this like happened mid-year, but the launch got pushed back because of COVID and everything. So
Yep.
now JBL Quantum has launched in Australia, and I am someone who has loved JBL for a long time. They are a very, very good audio brand, and
I
I
used to use their
really
speakers in my car back in the day.
like my
Hell
car's
yeah.
such a piece of crap that I use a speaker in there too.
Oh no, I used to use like the JBL subs. And
Oh, the subs, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
my car's so old, it doesn't have like an aux cable, so I just get their portable speakers and use it in the car, and it's a time, that's for sure. Yeah, but I've worked with JBL previously before, like I knew about Quantum. They sent out one of their sound bars, and I did a video on it when I was living at home with my parents. So I tried my hardest to like make it as good as I could because I didn't have a setup then. I literally had to go into my sister's room and film in there. And given my circumstance at the time, they really loved what I was able to do because they could see I really tried. And then I got a message from them asking if I had an audio sponsor, which at that point in time I did not. And they're like, okay, we're going to send you an email. And they offered me a sponsorship. So I'm one of their supported influencers, which is absolutely unreal. Like to even say that out loud blows my mind because this is just it's something that means a lot to me because it's a brand I really, really love. And they're just like Google. They really want to support me and help me
Mm.
grow the best way possible. Even though it's a new journey, like we've got so much in the works where they're really like going to help me push myself and strive for success. So I know I'm supported by a really great company and their products are incredible. Like the quantum headsets are really, really incredible. I'm wearing
Mm.
the 800 at the moment.
Yep.
This one is wireless. So it's the second most expensive in the range. If you go up to the one, that's a wired headset. So I
Yeah.
specifically asked for wireless. And the comfort is nuts. It's just like soft memory foam. The sound blows my eardrums completely. Like if I turn this up all the way, it's literally like I'm sitting next to a subwoofer. It's incredible. And I really, really am happy with the product. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like if you're going to take on a sponsorship, you want to make sure it's something you really love, something
Yeah.
you really believe in. And because I've used this and I've used their products for a while, I knew this was the right journey for me to take. And I'm really excited to see where we go from here because it's only fresh. So
Yeah.
it's
Plenty
just,
more.
yeah, it's really exciting.
Plenty more to come. They look cool though. They do look very cool. Because
They are. They're
I
really
saw
cool.
your Instagram post the other day, and
Mm.
I just give that a like then. Sorry about that. Um,
Thanks.
I'm normally pretty up to date, but I must have missed it. I was so in awe of your fantastic photography. I just completely forgot to like that.
Oh,
But
too
yeah, I
sweet.
saw it. I was like, they're so cool. Like they just look cool. I've always been a
They
huge fan of
look
wireless.
premium.
I've got my
Yeah.
wireless keyboard, my mouse, like I've got a headset
Yeah.
as well. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It
yeah,
just is
yep,
so easy. Like charging is a pain, but you make
yeah.
that sacrifice for less cables and it's worth it. So
Very true.
yeah, no,
Very
it's
true.
it's really great. They've got some, good stuff on the market and I really, really love the range that they've got because they've got something for everybody,
Mm,
starting off on the cheaper end up to the higher end. There's so many different models. So there's
yeah,
literally something for every gamer, which is exciting.
that's mad. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm always very excited to see what you do. Got you
Oh,
on
thank you.
the sub on the YouTubes, and I'll always drop a like when I see a video come up. So
Yes, you
I'm always
do.
keen.
And the
I'm
comment,
always
you're the
keen.
best.
Got to comment. You always got to comment.
Feeding the
It
algorithm.
helps the other helps the
Absolutely.
algorithm. It really does. The bloody thing. But yeah, some news stuff I wanted to jump into.
Yeah, what do we got?
Bro, the Xbox Series S and X, but mainly the Xbox ANZ Greenstown stuff.
How cool was that?
It was pretty wild, right?
Yeah, it was a
Like
pretty
I was
amazing.
trying to think about what it could be, and I'm like, it's not just going to be some boring ass fucking billboard,
Yeah,
or you could tell it was a giant Xbox Series S. Oh, sorry, the
yeah.
X. Sorry. And I was like, but what are they going to do? How are they going to make this cool or interactive or whatever? And then I saw it and I was like, okay, that's pretty damn cool. That's pretty damn
Yeah.
cool. And then when you
And I
watch the
love the fact that
video and
they
it's so immersive, like it's just wild, right?
I love the fact that they took over the whole town as well, and they did the
Mm.
burgers and
Yep.
um,
Mm.
all those sort of things as well. Like and it was cool seeing Laurie being their ambassador as well.
Yeah, very cool. No Hands was on there as well,
Yeah,
which is very cool. So it was pretty wild, eh? They had the whole town, the whole waterfront there painted green.
yeah.
Everybody getting involved. Yeah, it was really
I
something else. I thought it
tell you
was really cool.
something that the Xbox need a heap of credit for as well is it's the first time I've seen a event that was, while it was made by local, it was very much made for an international audience,
Yep.
and they respected the indigenous people of both countries. They did.
Yes.
Yeah, they did the traditional New Zealand Māori welcome, which they did that in Māori and then did it again in English. And then they did a welcome to country for the Indigenous people of Australia. And
Hmm.
massive kudos to the team at Xbox ANZ and the agency that works with them for making sure they did respect those people. And look, I'd love to see the rest of the world do it as well. Like I watched the Xbox Global event from the US, and I don't think I've ever seen them do anything for their Indigenous people.
Mm.
Recognizing them as well would be awesome. But hey, first steps have been done.
Yep.
So kudos.
Yeah.
True, true. I feel like NZ and Australia have always been like pretty good at doing that for most
Yeah.
events. Like even going back to when I was at school, like every assembly or every event, there was always thanking the traditional custodians
Mhm.
as well. So it's just really cool to see.
Yeah.
The intro. I forget old mate's name, but when he did the traditional welcome, I was like, that is so cool. Like even just him sort of standing on the edge of that little mountain kind of thing. Like it was just such a cool vibe. Like just like such a cool like experience, especially people that maybe have not seen much from New Zealand or this
Yeah.
sort of part of the
Yeah.
world. It was very very cool, very cool. But
Exactly.
yeah, I don't know. I was just excited to see like the people that we've worked with in the past get involved as well, and obviously the
Totally.
team at Xbox ANZ just with how how much work that we know they put in, and it
Yeah.
really just working and being really
And,
awesome. So
the other thing as well is I think they are the first people to do anything super interesting in the COVID environment.
yeah,
Yeah.
very true.
Like it wasn't just a pre-recorded package that everyone else has been doing.
Yep, yep. Kudos to
And
New Zealand for
yeah, well,
Yeah.
sorting COVID out real quick and
yeah,
being able to do it. So yeah,
yeah,
I guess first people in the world with a launch, time zones wise, might as well
Yeah.
yeah.
do it there, right? So
No,
yeah, I thought it was
it was
cool.
awesome.
I thought it was very cool. Next thing up, Valhalla, which was out yesterday, I believe. Was it yesterday or the
Mhm.
day before?
I think it was. Yesterday I think
Was
was
it
it
the
to the
9th or
public.
the 10th? I
Yeah,
think it was the 9th. I don't know.
maybe.
It's always hard without
One
the
of them.
exact date. I always yeah, okay. It says tomorrow, but that was today. So I don't know. I think it was the 10th actually. But obviously, you always got like the influencers and content creators playing it a few days early. But
Yeah.
I've just seen so many like cosplays and makeup streams stuff like that as well. So it's been really cool to see a lot of people receiving product and receiving the game and being able to play it a lot. It looks really cool. Have either of you guys played it? Because I haven't played it yet.
I got a
I haven't.
package for it today.
I saw you got that. That was very cool.
Yeah, they outdid themselves. Like I wasn't even expecting this to arrive. I didn't know it was coming. So when I saw
Yeah,
it was
right.
Assassin's Creed and like the statue and everything, I was like, "Oh
Mm.
my god,
Yeah.
yay!" But I'm gonna put it on the PS5. It's PS4 copy with a PS5 upgrade. So I'm gonna jump
Oh
into it
wow. Yep.
when I get my PS5 and really like enjoy the experience.
Yep.
I've never been an
That's mad.
Assassin's Creed person, really.
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
same.
I've jumped on most of them, but I've just never been a massive fan of them.
Yep.
But this one thing I will say, I watched the gameplay during Greenstown the other day, and I don't want to be the negative dude in the room, but I wasn't blown away.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Mm.
I
It might be
personally wasn't
probably
blown away.
probably
I
a
think
different experience playing it, I guess.
maybe it is.
Just
Maybe
the
it is one of those
feel.
games. But I mean,
Yeah.
like graphically, I wasn't blown away. Gameplay wise, I wasn't blown away. But like you said, maybe it's different when you're immersed in it.
Yeah. Very true. I'd say
Yeah.
that. I've played the last few. I've never really like been a huge playthrough sort of person of these games, but I've always like enjoyed them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll definitely want to. I'll probably watch some more and see how I feel, and then if I'm really keen, I'll probably grab it. But
Yeah.
this is kind of one of those times where I kind of wish I had a console so I could have the console inside. So like
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
night, or just on the couch or something I could play. But if I'm not on my computer, then I don't play video games. And really, I'm on my computer for work or stream at night, and that's really the only time.
Yeah.
I don't really play games when I'm not streaming at all.
Mhm.
So it's always hard. I feel like there's so many games that I'm missing out on by not playing them because I'm really kind of only kind of play like a few specific games. But this is one that I think I'd be very keen on playing just because I've seen a lot of people playing it, and
Yeah.
yeah, it just looks cool, and I know the feel of the games, and I feel like it'd just be like a really gritty, like kind of aggressive kind of one, which I think would be really cool. The whole Viking
Yeah.
stuff is always really exciting. So, and it
Yeah,
just
it'd be
looks
interesting
cool.
to see how they take that path of Vikings. Because,
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
I'm the same. I've never been huge into the series, and I played a bit of Origins because I love ancient Egypt, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
I started Odyssey, but I found I just got bored too quick. So I'm hoping that this kind of like keeps me in there because I love the theme of the Vikings, and I think like it's taking a completely different turn, and I just hope that through my playthrough I'm going to really enjoy it and see the good in it.
Mm.
So, but I don't want to judge it until I play it really. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's again, it's so different.
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Agree. Big agree. The next thing I wanted to bring up was the PlayStation 5, I guess, official game lineup for what
Mm.
games they're going to be bringing, like confirmed PS5 launch games, and then you've got the PlayStation Plus collection games as well. Because are you guys getting both consoles? Or
I will be getting both consoles, but
Yeah.
not at launch. I missed out on both pre-orders, but I have heard that some JB Hi-Fi stores are going to have PS5s tomorrow.
They're going up online.
Okay, they're going up online.
Online only. Yeah. No one's going to have them in store. But I believe that any cancelled pre-order is what's going to be going up online. At least that's what I think.
So it's still going to
Mm.
be a bit of a luck of the draw situation.
Yeah, yeah, because I don't think there's going to be many because we're going to get heaps of those questions tomorrow, but it's all online. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
but yeah,
that
I'm
was kind
getting
of
the
my thing. Is
PS5.
like, there's so many games on here, but for the most part, I can play them on my computer. So
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm just trying to see. Like, I guess it's probably one of those things until like, I guess some of the newer games come out, or if there's any PS5 exclusives and those types of things. Like, that's going to be
It's
really when
the
we
same with,
see the
I think it's the same with
real
any
thing.
Yeah, the same with any console launch on launch
Mm.
day. Like you've got a good lineup of games for the new device, but you're able to play all of them on PS4. You're able to play all of them on
yeah,
PC.
Yep.
Which look, as somebody that hasn't got either of the new consoles at launch, I'm stoked because there's a few games on that list that I want to
you
play.
can still play.
Yeah.
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 Spider-Man, for example, I really want to play Spider-Man Miles Morales. Spider-Man, Marvel's Spider-Man, the first one was easily game of the year for me.
Yep.
I agree. It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
And Miles Morales is an amazing character as well. So I'd
Mhm.
love to see. I
His
love to play that.
perspective.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a pretty good
Um,
list though on the Plus collection games, right?
Yeah. There is.
Yeah,
There is a few good ones.
Oh yeah, there's some
Um,
brilliant ones in there. Days Gone,
Battlefield,
Detroit.
Arkham Knight, even some other stuff like Black Ops 3 and Fallout 4. Like there's so many, like Monster Hunter World, Mortal Kombat,
Resident Evil 7.
Persona 5. Yeah, true. Resident Evil, Uncharted 4, Till Dawn. There's actually
Yeah,
like a really good lineup on there, which is
yeah.
really cool to see. So
yeah.
yeah,
And there's going to be a few games coming out after launch and
yeah,
just in time for Christmas as well. Like as we alluded to earlier, Call of Duty Black Ops comes out the day after, so
yeah.
not a
Mhm.
big deal.
And then there'll be
Um,
Immortals Phoenix Rising
Cyberpunk.
as well, which I'm so excited for.
yeah,
Cannot wait for that game. That's
yeah.
December 3rd.
Cyberpunk, Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
If it ever comes out,
That's what
I know,
that's what's going to
I
come out.
know. It's gonna. Oh
Don't
my
no
god.
one talk about it anymore, so we can just all be surprised when it does release.
True.
You're going to
Very
turn up.
true.
You're going to turn up at work one day, Liessshy, and you're going to be
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, it's on the
Yeah.
shelf."
What the hell?
Literally.
It happened.
Literally. I just feel like the more people talk about it, the more they're like, yeah, we're gonna make you wait. They're gonna make you
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Checking the share
I
of voice
definitely
every day.
understand.
The
Yeah.
higher percentage of share of voice, the more they delay it.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was really a thing.
I think it's funny though because Watch Dogs is out, of course, this week, and that was when the first Watch Dogs ever came out. That was back when I used to have a show back in New Zealand, and on that we used to have a weekly segment called Watch Dogs Update, and it was because Watch Dogs was delayed so many
much.
times.
Yeah.
This game, like we saw it at E3, and
Yep.
then they showed it at Armageddon Auckland.
Yeah.
Right, and then but at Armageddon Auckland, it was only available to play for like an hour, and then they closed down the booth. No one else was allowed to play it.
Oh
What
wow.
the hell?
Like Ubisoft pulled the pin and said, "Nah, shut it down. We don't want anyone playing it." And then
Wow.
but that was the last we heard of Watch Dogs for like a year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely wild. Well, there you go, eh?
So we
The
said,
new one's
so I
cool.
think it's hilarious that Watch Dogs is actually out this week, and Cyberpunk
Yeah.
we're still waiting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very, very funny. The last bit of news I had, it's not really news, it's just something funny I found. There's a YouTuber named Decino, I think that's how you say it. And he plays Doom. He's like a Doom YouTuber. And the
Yep.
original Doom, he changed all of the sound effects, music tracks, monster groans, gunfire sounds, and everything to all of his own voice. And it is fucking hilarious. Like when he
People have
reloads
too
the
much
gun, it's
time on
him
their
going,
hands.
and then like the zombie, the monster coming at him, he's going, bleh. And then him going, pew pew, boom boom, like with the gun. And when he properly plays it, it is so funny. And then you got him in the background going, dum 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 boom 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 boom. Like
Oh, he's doing the music as well.
he did every single sound in the whole entire game. He redid
That's
it
unreal.
and then uploaded it all. So when he plays it, it literally is just you can hear him, and it is fucking hilarious. So that is something that you should have a look at. Everybody should have a look at it.
Hell yeah.
It is very, very funny.
Yeah.
I don't know how I found it, and I don't know why I find it so funny, but it's hilarious. So go look at it. That's
I've just found the video. We'll put a link to it in the description.
Yeah. Because it is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. That is the beauty of the internet. Weird shit like that you would never think of that would be hilarious. Someone's going, you know what? That'd be funny. And it is.
Awesome.
But that's pretty much it. There's probably a lot more news, but we've only got a limited time that we want to take up of everyone's day. So
Exactly.
Yep.
So it's just about time to wind up the show. Anyway, do we have any listener feedback this week?
Not that I could find.
Okay.
Bastards.
Well, we can cut this bit out then.
I know. I hit him up and I was like, "Oi, where's your damn questions?" I feel like this is the hardest part of the show sometimes. No matter how many followers an influencer has or a content creator has, there's just no questions. I guess with streaming and stuff as well, people probably know you. You know what I mean? Like your followers know you, so it's like unless you end up with unless we ended up with a big YouTube fan base that then they were like, oh, who's this new person? They wanted to know a bit about you. They didn't really know who you are. I feel that's the hardest thing. Like, I reckon even if I tried to do a Q&A, it would just be stupid fucking questions.
For sure.
Just dumb questions that the chat just wants to ask you stupid shit. Like there wouldn't be any actual questions, you know?
Yeah.
Like thought-provoking questions. It would just be silly stuff. So anyway, sorry about that, Liessshy, but we will continue to strive for questions. All right? Ask some questions. Ask some damn questions in the comment section. Anyway. Anyway.
So I think we all know what we're looking forward to in the next week. We've got PS5 coming out tomorrow. We've Call of Duty coming out the day after that. We've got some awesome games coming up in the next week. I think it's pretty much. You guys got anything else you're looking forward to? Liessshy, you got to be looking forward to coming back to stream.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm hoping to come back before the end of the year, but we'll see how it goes. Because
we've just put a deadline in the next week. You've got to do it in the next week now.
I want to make sure things are almost perfect before I come back. So there's a little bit of work to do on that.
That's the title of this YouTube video. Liesshy's back in 1 week.
Oh shit! Pressure's on.
Yep.
For me, in this next week, I'm going to be hunting down a steering wheel to go with my new bloody driving rig. I've gone the opposite end and scored a rig, but don't have a steering wheel or anything. So,
well, got to start somewhere.
Yep. So I'm going to try and find me a steering wheel. I want to get into VR racing.
Yeah. Yep. VR drifting looks sick. It looks so good. VR racing in general looks really cool. I need to be I've got the VR headset and the steering wheel. I just don't have the rig set up. So one day soon we'll get it all sorted.
Yeah. What about you, Jack? What are you looking forward to in the next week?
Ooh, I don't know. Not really much console stuff because I don't really have one. Maybe to Call of Duty, I think it'd be cool. Maybe some Valhalla. Maybe we'll see. Probably just some more GTA roleplay because it's always exciting. And yeah, just chilling really.
Awesome.
Hopefully it doesn't get too much hotter this week because I'm struggling. I'm struggling
Yeah.
big time.
Well, my son yesterday told me I had to clean the pool because apparently it's getting to that point, so it must be getting hot.
Yep. Fair enough. Very fair.
Anyway, Liessshy, thank you
Yay.
so much for joining us, giving us
Thank
your
you for having
time.
me.
Yeah, really
It's been
appreciate it.
fun.
I know we've been talking
Yeah.
about it for a couple of weeks. You had no internet and
Oh, that
we
was
had to
just another
move it
nightmare.
back.
So
Oh my
yes.
God. We
But
finally got
we
there.
did it.
We really appreciate
We
your
got
time.
there.
We really, really
We did
do.
it. No, thank you. I appreciate being here. Thank you.
No
So
worries.
where can people find you online?
You can find me
Yes.
over on Instagram, YouTube, and hopefully Twitch soon at Liessshy, losing my voice, Liessshy. And yeah, you can just find me over there.
Yep. Links in description. Anyway, I'll put it in
Yeah.
there.
And of course, you can find both Jack and myself on everything: Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, wherever. At FidMcAwesome, at Jack Hutto, and you can find more about us at Go2Game. Of course, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at GoToGame, and yeah, you can check us out on our website as well, www.goto.game. Thanks for
Hell
joining us
yeah.
for another week once again. Thanks, Liessshy.
Thank
And
you.
we will see everybody else next week.
Yep. Bye.